What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Fight Chapter. I'm Matthew Leishing, your host, boxing promoter, manager, gym owner, and professional trainer. And I'm here today with my very special guest and also one of my fighters, Ariel Mies. How are you, Ari?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you. As you guys, those of you that don't know, Ari is a welterweight professional boxer. He's 4-0 and he's making his 5th appearance in the ring at Fight Island 6, September 5th. Ari, I know you're busy. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
No, it's cool to be on. Yeah.
So the first thing, Ari, I wanted to, just jump into, we got a few things we want to talk about today. But the first thing I wanted to chat about is, as a professional boxer, Ari, what's a normal day like for you?
For me, I'm a professional boxer, but I'm also a coach at MadFit. It's your gym, MadFit. So for me, it's normally a couple of clients, maybe my early class, my morning training. Normally, I'll try pop home, have a nap, get some food, and then come back for evening training, which is normally our boxing session. So I'm in the gym most of the day, to be honest.
So every day you're doing minimum 2 sessions a day, you would say.
Minimum 2, yeah.
So break it down for us. So on a Monday, so what time would you wake up on a Monday? How does your Mondays look?
Normally wake up around 6, get ready, come in for 7, maybe a couple of clients, and then I'll do my strength and conditioning or my run around 9 o'clock. And then go home, come back 3 clients, and then we train on Mondays. We train in the afternoon, so then I'll train from about 4 to 6. That's my boxing session, and then we alternate the days. We box in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But yeah.
So basically, if you think about it, you have a 12-hour day in the gym.
Pretty much, yeah. Often I'm here 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. At times. Obviously not all training, but I live the life. I live the boxing life, which is it's a blessing for me to be able to do what I love, both professionally as a fighter, but also to be coaching and sharing the passion of boxing. And I think that really helps me on both fronts, like by coaching, it also helps my fighting. And boxing mindset throughout the day. I will say sometimes I get home, I don't want to think about boxing anymore, but no, I love it. And
that's something I wanted to touch on. A lot of fighters, up and coming fighters, a lot of the issue and a lot what's spoken about is money. A lot of fighters want sponsors. A lot of fighters want sponsors from their professional debut, which is not going to happen, before you have a name. And what I like about you and what you've done differently is you don't rely on sponsors. You make a good living from training people in the gym. From being in the gym, you're not just a boxing trainer, you do strength and conditioning with your clients. I've seen you've got clients, you've got female clients, you've got male clients, you've got clients from all over. So you've established a business outside of professional boxing, but it still keeps you in the gym, which is amazing, And I don't think a lot of up and coming fighters quite understand how to do it, because from what I see, you don't rely on sponsors. You live good. You buy your own gear. You buy the best equipment you need, your gloves, your headgear. You've got a car. You've got your own place. And you're 25 years old and you're 4-0 and at the moment, and you're earning now money from your fights. So I think it's a perfect with the way you've done it, and I think a lot of young fighters can take a feather out of your cap. And I want to just elaborate on that a bit and help these guys understand how you do it, because you've definitely done it in a way that others aren't doing it. So like from your side, how did you establish these clients and how does it work for you, and how did you establish yourself as a trainer so young while being a professional boxer?
Well, I think I never really saw it coming, but I put the work in, and I was given the opportunity to start coaching at MadFit, shadowing the classes. And I think you just give your all, and people start to see you around, they see you coaching. And it's not easy. Physically, it's not easy, being on my feet a lot, holding pads, and then coming to train. But it supports my dream. It supports my lifestyle of boxing. It allows me to train at 10:30 on a Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying. So it supports both.
It works together, And obviously, it's not always easy. It's tiring. But I think a big part of it is you got to stay the course. Like I've seen a lot of maybe younger fighters also try that, and they give it 2 months. And they don't have many clients, and then they quit. But it takes a lot of time,
How long did it take you to get to to be established now with where you're at with your clients and your career?
It took me 2 to 3 years to really build up my client base to the point where it's at now.
Well, I mean, you were when did you?
22, I started coaching.
But you were at MadFit from when you were how old?
From when I was 20. From when I was 22.
20. Okay, yeah.
From 21. Sorry. Yeah,
so it was just wasn't it? Was it just after COVID?
It was after COVID.
Okay, so you say
the end of that year.
So it took you 2 to 3 years, say 3 years, to build a solid client base. But you were here every day. And how did you get those clients? Was it via Instagram, or was it via just word of mouth, or how do you?
Mostly word of mouth.
Yeah.
I think from bringing a good energy to the classes, that my classes at MadFit, my boxing classes, then people come chat to you. They want to do some pads afterwards.
Yeah.
Then they see you here. They see you around. You talk to people. They see you coaching other guys, and they also want to train. But it really takes time. But I feel like it snowballs. It starts with one.
Yeah.
I remember I started coaching in my garden when I was still training at MadFit.
Yeah.
So I coached like kids in the neighborhood, do 4 sessions a week. I would travel to Hart Bay, drive 40 minutes.
So you see, so actually
on
that's
my scooter.
That's where it started.
So it's not easy. It's not easy.
That's what I'm saying,
you put that work in, and then, I think I'm at a really nice place now, not to be cocky or anything, but like, I don't look for clients anymore. Clients come and find me, because I'm at a good level. I probably should be taking a few less clients now that I'm in training camp, it takes its toll. But I love it, and I don't want to do too many clients because I want to give a good energy.
And that's another thing I want to touch on. It's such a nice business because you can determine how much you want to earn and how often you want to work, and it keeps you in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's a very different to having an office job. So if you're forced to be there from 9 till 5 or 9 till 6, you don't have time you're stuck on that. You're in the office. To do your morning sessions is difficult. You get to the office before 9, and then afterwards 6 o'clock to come
train
do.
At that time, you can't.
So that's what I'm trying to tell a lot of up and coming and a lot of fighters is the best way to further your career as a professional fighter in this country is becoming a trainer in what you do, offering the skills to people that you already know. So offering the skills that you know to people, you know what I mean? And I think you've done it so well. And I think a lot of guys don't understand it because now you're treating it as a proper business and you know how to work with people. You know what people want. You can differentiate your training as a pro because people that train with you don't want to train like you. They can't. You know what I mean? You're a professional fighter. So I've seen how you work with people and you make the sessions fun for them, and you're also learning as a trainer and you're building yourself just as a trainer and as a fitness trainer, not just as a boxer.
100%.
And it gives you that freedom. So young up and coming trainers, they need to have a look at that and start building your client base. And like you say, it's not a 2-3 month thing and then, you don't have clients, so you're done now. It takes 2, 3, 4 years, Yeah,
and you have to really make it happen. And I think our generation is very much, we want the quick fix. We try something, it doesn't work out. We leave it, we drop it, And I think, as you said, it helps me on both fronts. I learn through my coaching. I learn about boxing more. People ask me questions. I go, why do we do that? Okay. Then I think about, I don't really do that enough, but also it teaches you about business and personal relationships. And I think
there we go.
I'm really blessed, but I'm also proud of the client base that I've built. Pretty much all my clients have been 3-4 years now. So I'm not trying to rinse them for as much as I can make for one session, or I'm trying to build relationships that they support me, I support them, and those are also the people that I like to be around. I like to train them. They might become my friends, a lot of them.
Exactly.
And then also we have that personal relationship. That now it's fight camp. Maybe the week of the fight, I'm gonna say I can't train.
Yeah, there we go.
The week after, I'm gonna take off. So they know, they understand I'm a professional boxer as well. And it all works together nicely. Yeah.
Exactly. And also what's nice, in return, they buy tickets from your promoter to come watch you fight.
Yeah.
So in all, it just works together so nicely. And I've been in the industry a long time, 20 years or whatever, and I've seen a lot of fighters try work other places, office jobs. It doesn't work. It doesn't translate as a professional fighter, but being in the gym and training people does. Obviously, you need to be clever and manage your time. You can't train people 10 hours a day on your feet and then expect to be able to train 4 hours, a good 2-hour boxing session after that. So it's about also managing it and understanding what to charge people and how to grow your business. And I think it's great because if you say we do our morning session at 10 o'clock, you come in a little earlier, you have your breakfast, you do 2 or 3 clients, you 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9. Then we do our session, then you can eat, do your thing, do your run if you have to, and then 1 or 2 clients and then train with me in the afternoon. So if you're taking 3 to 4 clients a day, and you're charging a certain amount between 250 and 400 Rand a session, if you guys do the maths and you add that up, the youngsters add that up, that's a good living. And I'm not saying that's what you earn, I'm just saying a rough example. That's a good living youngsters can earn that no sponsor is going to pay you. That money, to get that type of sponsorship, you have to be an established boxer, but you have to put in this type of work to get there. You know what I mean? That's what fighters tell me. Oh, coach, I want a sponsor. You want a sponsor, but you're 2-0, you're 3-0. Who's going to sponsor you?
You also have to think about it from a business's perspective. They're not giving out handouts.
That's
what do you
saying.
offer? What do you have to offer? Do you have a big social following? Then that's something. Are you almost a world champion? That's something. But if you have 1 or 2 fights or 3 fights, it's a different story.
Exactly.
So
and
what's have to be realistic.
Exactly. Yeah. And now what's nice is now you're getting to the point where sponsors can jump on board with you as you're going to 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. So now we're getting to that point, and which is nice. Now we can start talking about a sponsorship side of things, but you've put in the work to get to where you are. I think as a boxer, as a young up-and-coming boxer, you need to be in the gym 8 hours a day. You got to be in the gym, watching, learning, training people, live the life. You can't come to the gym 1.5 hours, an hour in the afternoon, and you do your session with your coach, you hit the bag, you hit some pads, and now you're going to be a world champion.
A student of the game,
because you're absorbing the environment. You with me all day. You know what I mean? You're seeing how I coach. You're seeing how other guys coach. You're seeing what Don does. You're seeing what other trainers are doing. You're just absorbing it. You're not and you're thinking about boxing all day.
And I'll be honest, just to go along with that.
Yeah.
When I'm here in the gym, this is the best for me. I'm healthy. I'm talking to people. I'm interacting with people. I'm not sitting at home. I'll play a video game or 2 in the evening, but I'm not sitting at home looking at the fridge, checking if any snacks are there.
That's what I'm saying.
This keeps me on the straight and narrow. It keeps me focused.
There we go.
And it all builds. And also, you're not relying on sponsors, because sponsors go. Sponsors come and go. And that's natural. You got to understand the game. But even my fight money, that's like a bonus to me. I don't rely on that. I'm not living off that. To be honest, I don't really know how people do that in South Africa with the... there's some big money coming into boxing with Golden Gloves, and there's big shows now, and there's money around. But if you're not on that kind of international level, it's not just South Africa. It's all over the world. People think, if I go to America, I'm going to live the dream. I'm going to get a $20,000 sponsorship on my debut. They don't care about you.
Those guys that are getting those sponsorships, those guys are Olympic gold medalists, Olympic gold silver medalists. If you're not on that level all over the world, you're not going to get big sponsors on your first fight. No. So it's a reality. The young fighters, saying you have to put in the work and hustle and make your own living. Because also, if you want to rent a place, you can't rent a place when you don't have steady income. Yeah. So training clients and having clientele like you, it gives you that steady income to have that financial freedom, and you've done it so well, Ari, and I think it's been a great journey. And what's nice is when you get to fights where it's 10 rounds, 12 rounds, and we say, okay, Ari, now we're getting sponsors. Now we want 6 weeks where you're not training anybody. Yeah. We can now maybe you can make a plan where your clients can train with somebody else for that period, and then that, because obviously when you get to that level, then it needs to be 100% in resting, you know what I mean?
100%, and that's, I was even going to say earlier, it's a tough balance to find, because if you want to be a world champion or really take boxing all the way and really make life-changing money from it, you kind of have to be all in.
Exactly, you are all in, but all in on recovery too, so and resting.
That's the balance. But you also have to understand, like you said, I have to understand I'm not 30-0 world champion. I'm not going to rely on that, so I have to make my way and try and make it happen,
And I think too many guys are watching, looking at Instagram, and you guys are thinking, wow, this oak is 5-0 and he's earning this a month, I should be there. But if you look at your pedigree and where you're at, unfortunately, those guys are one in 20 million. You can still have a good career if you're not at the top, but you got to do extra things. You got to put in extra work.
And on top of that, you're building something that after your career, there's something you have a skill, you have a client base, you've got a understanding of how business works, how boxing gym works.
Because now for me speaking, like you're not here. Like if when Ari's career is done, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to look at, okay, I'm going to franchise my gym now. Who is going to run a branch, and who am I going to build as the owner of my next 2 branches or 3 branches? Ari is going to be first, because he's been coaching with me throughout his career, and I understand he knows how to coach, he knows how to run a gym, so it will be no problem. I'll say, Ari, where do you want the gym? Let's do it. Your career is done now you're moving on.
So you have other options.
But if he was wasn't in the industry as a coach and was just fighting and or sort of was just doing something on the side, he wouldn't understand how to run a gym, and it wouldn't be that easy just to translate or transfer into him being a gym owner, because it's very different being a fighter, coach, gym owner. Those three are very, very, very different things, but now he knows how to do it. So it's setting him up for after his career too, which a lot of fighters don't understand. So what he's doing now is it helps him during his career and sets him up afterwards.
100%. It's interesting what you said as well with fighter coaching and business. And they're all very separate. You know, you see fighters who are not good coaches. They can be amazing fighters. It doesn't mean you're a good coach.
Exactly.
And you have good coaches who are bad businessmen. You know, that also, you see that a lot. So to have it all. And I think that's also, it's cool that you're doing this podcast and sharing some of that knowledge, because you've been in the game on all aspects. You've been a fighter, boxer, you've been a gym owner, you've been a coach, now you're promoting. So I think you know the game back to front.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I think.
And you're still learning. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I'll say that now about you, Matt. I respect you so much, because you always have that learning mindset. You never think you know it all. No.
Thanks. So like for me, obviously, yes, I've been in the game. It's been in my blood, and I've been in the game since I was 13. I was in Joburg boxing seriously as a teenager, and I've never left the sport. I've never done anything else. And yes, I've promoted. I've done amateur shows, professional shows, white collar. I've seen all sides of boxing. But like you say, I still feel the day I think I know everything is the day I'm finished.
You know what I mean? You stop growing.
And it's the same. It should be the same mentality with anyone. You have to always go into a situation where how can you get better? How can you do more? What did you do wrong? You know, you can never go into any part of business or fighting and be like, oh, I did great. I'm the best. No one can tell me. And I think some people, it's a mentality that has to be practiced, because the ego can sort of take over, where you feel like I don't need to listen to this person.
I'm better than this
Who's
guy?
This person? You know what I mean? Especially in this game, because this game is a very ego-driven sport industry, you know.
But I also think that's one of the many examples of why boxing is such a good kind of analogy for life, because the day you stop learning in the ring or in boxing, it's the same, and you can learn from everyone the same way. Like, you can take something away from any conversation with someone. 100%. You can learn from something from anyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they need to be a top CEO.
That's what I'm saying.
You can learn from anyone.
If someone gives you 10 things, try 10. If 9 don't work, maybe one works for you.
One can click, and that can change the game. You know, like, and I say that even with my boxing, I can spar anyone. You know, that's one thing I am. I can control my power. I can spar bigger guys. I spar smaller guys. I can spar the ladies, and I can learn from everyone.
There we go.
You're obviously practicing different things, but you should have that mindset of that kind of growth mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you've got it. And what's nice, you've got it in business, because you got your own business as a trainer and your own brand as a fitness trainer and as a fighter. And fighting, professional boxing and the fight game is a big business. So you need to understand the business side of things as a fighter too.
It's a huge part of it, the business.
You know, and that's a lot of things me and you talk about a lot. When I say, you know, Ari, this is the fight we're going to take, it makes sense because the business strategy is to do this and that and that. Yeah. And you understand it. And, you know, so that's also something that a lot of fighters don't talk about with their coaches. You know, the coaches just give them a fight, but there's a business and a strategy on why you're taking this fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where, why, who, you know?
And of course, you're always evaluating. We see, how did we deal with this guy? Okay, we're ready for this. We're trying to get here. What's the steps?
Exactly.
How many fights will it take to get there?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and on that note, you know, talking about where we want to go and how many fights and what steps we want to take. What's your feeling on how far you want to take your career? What's a dream? Or realistically, how far would you want to take your career?
You know, I think I probably answer this question a lot different to most boxers. I think most boxers, you get the classic, I'm going to be a world champion in 3 years.
I'm going to be undisputed.
I'm going to be world champion in 2 years. You know,
the biggest thing for me is now, every fighter that's 1-0, 2-0, they're not going to be world champion. They're going to be undisputed.
Of course, yeah. How many weight classes now? Yeah.
So I don't know if young fighters understand what undisputed is, but anyway.
I think it's easy to speak big goals like that. Yeah, it's good to dream, and you should have those goals.
Yes.
But like, I don't want to talk that big, but I like to think short. You know, I think 5 years ago, if I think where was my ceiling, I'm way past that. I'm way past what I would have thought I could achieve. You know. So for me, it's cliche in another way, but I like to take it one fight at a time and keep building. I feel like for me, that allows me to give all my energy.
There we
if
go.
I start thinking about fights at the end of next year, I'm going to feel a bit overwhelmed, like, so now I'm like, okay, I've got 5th of September, that's my date. I know my opponent, it's going to be a tough fight, but I'm ready, and that's tunnel vision on that. And after that, I'll take a few days off, and then we look for the next goal.
That's it.
I want to take it as far as I can, but obviously I'm not in the sport to be a journeyman. I want to push it as far as I can and see what I can accomplish. Obviously, we would love a title or two, but
take it fight by fight.
Take it fight by fight. And
that's a good mentality, and that's a mentality I try and instill in all my fighters. Take it fight by fight. You can't get ahead of yourself in this sport. You can't think you definitely can't think you're better than you are, but you've got to have confidence at the same time.
Yeah, so that's the balance. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing with that is, this game, one punch could change everything. I felt it, I got up and I won that fight, but I've been dropped before, I've been in hard fights before. So I don't think you must overlook anybody or anything. You got to really focus each day. And as I said before, it's like, I'm coming to train today and that's my focus.
There we go.
Tomorrow I'll deal with that then.
There we go.
Give my all and try and be the best you can, like every day.
No, for sure. Now, one thing I wanted to touch on, we wanted to just talk a little bit about the world of boxing, because one thing me and Ari, we talk a lot about, Ari's a proper student of the game. He's always in UFC, boxing, he knows what's up and what's going on, and we always chat about, we have banter and we debate about a lot of fights. I wanted to chat about Anthony Joshua's fight that happened last weekend, on the weekend now. What is your thoughts? For me it was Anthony Joshua.
Crazy 2 rounds. Well,
yes,
I think it was funny. Obviously, Fury fought, I think, the day before.
Yeah.
And I don't think both of them looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I think they, without that fight, I would have been probably more interested in the AJ Fury fight.
That's an interesting thing you say there, Ari. Like now, we look at AJ, got just AJ's chin. Let's be honest, I don't think AJ has much of a chin anymore.
Yeah.
Fury's, they're both 37, 38 years old.
To me, Fury looked like he dropped too much weight. I don't know.
He dropped,
don't know how his legs are going to be if AJ cracks him. But.
You're so right. Like, they were so set on having this warm-up fight, getting the, and when you've had, in my opinion, when you've had, Anthony Joshua was in the ring 6 months ago. Fury was in the ring, when did he fight? He fought Magmadov.
Yeah.
When was that? This year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
So they've
like
been
March
in the
or
ring.
February.
They both nearly got 40 fights. I never understood that. Why do you need a warm-up fight? Just go fight each other. Now you're right. The warm-up fight has put a bit of
it's taken away a little bit.
It's taken away because now we're like, okay, if AJ's got no chin and Fury is not who he was 5 years ago. So he's like, the fight's going to be.
We're going to watch. Let's be honest. We're going to watch.
Yeah.
We're going to watch. But I think it just shows that they should have done it a few years ago. And now it feels like it's 2 old guys fighting. Not old guys, I don't want to be disrespectful, but they're both greats. But it feels like they're both a bit past their prime and now.
And why is it in boxing? Why is it like this in boxing?
We have it all the time.
Like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. 7 years too late. AJ Fury.
And we'll watch
7
it.
years
We'll watch
too
it.
late.
That's the one thing I think that we're a bit hypocritical as fans.
Yeah.
We're not. I mean, we know we're gonna watch it.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
We'll still say it's not what we really wanted.
It's just so disappointing in boxing. Our fights, the prime. I think it happened. Back in the day. You did have more prime fighters fighting each other.
They fought each other. There was one belt and they fought.
They fought. Not even that far back. I mean, it's like, imagine Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hearns. They all fought each other when they were 40 years old.
Yeah.
No one would have remembered them.
Not be the same. Yeah.
They were
rehydration clauses here.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight,
Roberto Duran was like, I'll fight anyone.
He's a lightweight. Yeah.
They fought more than once. I suppose, money now and things change.
I think that's the thing, to circle back. Boxing is such a business. And to be honest, I don't like that side of it. I don't really like that side. I wish I could just fight the hardest fights and win or lose, it doesn't matter. But you have to build your record.
Yeah.
But I think that's sometimes where it goes maybe a bit too far.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, probably what happened is Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua sat down and they went, okay, we can fight Fury for 100 million or we can fight Dillian White 3 times for 30 million and fight all these guys and just keep going 30 mil.
That's it. And with less risk.
Less risk. And I think that's from a business side, you have to go risk reward. What's the plan? But sometimes I think they overdo it. And and I think fans like to crap on boxers regardless.
Yeah.
So guys don't want to take a loss and they don't want to take that risk. But I think that's what we want to see. And often you end up respecting a guy more after he loses, I think.
100%. Yeah, 100%, especially at that level.
It's like AJ lost to Usyk. Are we not going to watch Usyk? Are we not going to watch AJ again? We're going to watch him.
Exactly.
We're gonna watch him,
You know, and I think, I just think, yes, it's the Fury and AJ fight. Regardless, it's such a big fight. But my take on AJ is, you know, luckily, you know, he won't lose his power because he's such a brute force, you know. But AJ's chin, I don't think it's great anymore. You know, he's had an issue with his chin since Dylan White, you know, Andy Ruiz, Daniel Dubois. He took, you know, and then now fighting, you know, Prenga. For me, not for me. The truth is, Prenga is not even a C-level fighter. Yeah. You know, he's from Albania.
He can punch, but no, but AJ
look at his record.
Way too much.
I mean, his record. He hasn't fought anyone with a winning record. He's 21 fights, 20 knockouts, which is understandable. But he's actually fought nobody. So he's not even in the B level. Yeah. He's not even on the Dylan White, Jermaine Franklin. What's his name? Zhang. Parker, those guys are like
they fought the best
B
guys,
level. Then you get the A level, which is
you've seen them in there with the guys, you know.
He's not even near there. Like would he even beat Dylan White? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So having said that, him, you know, catching AJ with a short uppercut and nearly finishing him in one round, it's concerning what level he's at. You know.
I think. Just to play devil's advocate, I think if anyone didn't maybe need a warm up, I understand AJ after the car accident.
True.
He's psychologically that was traumatic, and I didn't realize that. I think he broke some ribs in that car accident. Coming back from that so soon, I think you got to give him some respect. But
for sure.
And he did recover and he came back, but
it's
not the same. That psychologically to come back from that, especially it's hectic.
His two friends dying.
Then you saw he's in the corner with Usyk. I don't even think they can speak English well.
I
saw a clip of the corner and it looked very all over the place.
Just touching on AJ's car accident. I mean, it's a very sad thing losing two of your best friends.
Sure.
And I don't ever question AJ's resilience. His work ethic, he's an example he is for young up-and-coming fighters. No, I don't, I'm just talking about him as a boxer, but AJ as a fighter and resilience, and for him to even get back in the ring, well, he doesn't need to.
Impressive.
He doesn't need to.
He's made his money, he's done everything.
Most people would have called it a day.
Been a world champion multiple times. Yeah.
And that's what makes fighters so special, is that resilience and that will to keep going. You don't get many athletes like that.
And as you say, I think AJ is a true example. He's always in shape. He's always training. He's always trying to be better.
Yeah.
Doesn't always go his way, but he's always trying.
Exactly. Yeah. So from that point of view, I love him.
Respect.
But as a fighter, he's only, he's not.
They're talking about AJ becoming undisputed again, and I don't know. It's hard for me to see.
Who's
him versus Wardley? Those kind of fights. I don't
know.
Daniel,
will he beat Daniel in a rematch? So. Will he beat Kabiel?
I don't think so. I think he's regressing a little bit, and other guys are coming up.
I think a dream situation for AJ is if he knocks out Fury. Call it a day.
You're the king of the UK. You're done now. There's nothing more after that, surely. Yeah. So, but I think they'll do a rematch regardless. They're make a lot of money, those two. They must just get it in. Yeah.
Who do you think will win that fight?
I think Fury's a bit slowed down a bit. We were talking about this even with football and other sports where like guys who rely more on their athleticism kind of fade off a bit. And I think Fury relied on a lot of his speed and his footwork, and I think he slowed down a little bit. Whereas AJ is always going to have that kind of power. The way I saw Fury in that fight in Thailand, I don't think he can take many right hands from AJ. So it's going to be tough. Although also Fury will get up for that fight. He will train for that.
That's it.
Let's see. Has that fight even been announced officially?
We're
talking about this for 5 years now. And
more 10.
I don't know if Fury. To me, it always goes back and forth as to who's not running, but who's wants to fight and who doesn't want to fight.
Yeah.
And now I think Fury's
apparently it's signed.
Fury's very egotistic, very prideful, and I don't think Fury wants to walk around the UK knowing Anthony Joshua beat him or knocked him out.
Exactly. Let's
see them in the ring first.
That's very true. For me, that fight's very interesting because I think that fight is going to be won and lost between the corners, the coaches, because the game plan is going to be crucial of the winner of that fight, because Fury knows that AJ can't take a punch, and if Fury puts pressure on him at the right time early, he definitely can put AJ away.
That's why it's interesting that he came in so light for this fight, because I would think coming in strong and like that second Wilder fight when he just walked through him.
So if the strategy is going to be everything. If AJ tries to box Fury and move around, it's not going to work for him. If he comes through, I think AJ needs to go for broke. He needs to put pressure on Fury, try to get him out there in the first 6, you know. Yeah. But Fury can take a shot better than AJ
Fury
at
gets
the
up.
moment.
Fury gets
you know
dropped,
what I mean?
but Fury gets up.
So it's going to be a very interesting fight in that fact. It's between the corners on who's going to win that fight and who's going to implement their game plan at the best. And that's why it's a difficult one to pick, you know. But I think boxing-wise, you know, and also why I feel I'm leaning a little bit towards Fury is because it doesn't take a big puncher to knock AJ down, which we've seen. True. Fury is not known to be a big puncher, but he hits hard enough to hurt AJ.
And it's clean,
yeah. Because what I see is AJ doesn't take the biggest puncher to rock him. So I think if Fury understands that, Fury puts pressure on him and smothers him, I think he can beat AJ. But also at the same time, if he walks into a shot when AJ putting pressure on AJ, because AJ is not a skinny type of Wilder type of puncher. Wilder's an accurate, hard shot, hard puncher. But if AJ throws a barrage of punches, every single one's hard. That can hurt you. You know,
can hurt Fury. Yeah.
So but that's exciting.
Let's hope it happens.
Let's hope it happens. And then another thing I wanted to do, another fight on the weekend was Tszyu and Errol Spence.
It's funny, we've seen both of them have been in car. Errol Spence and AJ, both car accidents, and they're both different fighters. You know, Errol Spence obviously is 3 years out after that Terence Crawford beating, and he's not the same. I saw videos of him back in the day speaking so clearly.
It's
kind of sad to watch. I think mostly it's that car accident, maybe a bit of brain trauma as well. But was bad. He sounds slow now. He's like. To me, he looks like he's a bit stoned, you know, like he's like,
exactly.
That's how his demeanor is now. He's not sharp. And you saw it in the ring. I saw at the start of the fight, he goes double jab, he throws the body shot, and he stumbles over.
Oh yes,
like from round 1. So I'm impressed he even made 12 rounds.
And that's what for me when it comes to Spence, I don't think the public understand what a beating can do to a fighter. You know, I think he took such a beating against Crawford, and a lot of the times you take a beating like that over 12 rounds, or where he stopped him. But it was up until the stoppage, it was a beating, and a lot of fighters just are never the same after a beating like that. You know?
Physically and psychologically, both. And
sometimes physically they recover, but psychologically, you take they struggle to recover from that, and that was part of it. Car accident on top of that.
To go back into the fire like that. Yeah.
He had his eye.
That car accident was hectic. I saw a video of that one. Apparently, if he was wearing a seatbelt, he would have died. Because he went out the windscreen and the car hit a lamppost.
Exactly.
So that was
hectic. And I mean, it's amazing for him to step back in the ring against Tim, who's a young, hungry top fighter, to still do that. That's what I'm saying. The resilience of fighters.
Just to get back in there, you've got to give him respect. And to go straight to Tszyu is maybe not world champion level, but he's a top 20 fighter in the world. Top 10, I think he's in the rankings.
Top 10,
So for Errol Spence to take that beating in 3 years out, most guys would have six warm-up fights and then 100%. Get back in there. So I respect it. I think he wanted to find out where he is.
Exactly.
And he was humble enough in the ring. He said he doesn't have it anymore and he retired. So
and also
I wish him all the best.
It made sense from my side, if I'm looking at it from a business side, that made sense to fight Tszyu because I think he got paid well in Australia. There's money there, you know. I think, and Tim's a big name, so the money was good. I think there's a lot of guys that are on a similar level to Tim, but that nobody knows. And the payday would have been probably a quarter, you know. So it sort of made sense. It's not like he was fighting a proper killer, you know.
But now he knows where he stands.
Now he knows where he stands. And so I understand why he took the fight.
I think it was a good fight. It was a good matchup. And the winner's in a good spot now, you know.
Exactly.
Tszyu will have a big fight probably.
For sure.
Off the back of that win, it's a big name.
For sure.
And Errol Spence, maybe the newer guys don't know, he was a killer and he had a great career.
Errol was amazing.
In a tough division, that welterweight, my division now as well. Welterweight, but that's a stacked division.
He was proper. I just want to finish off with one thing, Ari. It's been great. It's been a great chat. I want to finish off with some rapid fire questions.
Okay? Let's go.
So it doesn't have to be. Obviously, it's not one answer questions, but just try and make it as quick as you can, just to finish
answer
off
the top of my head.
Yeah. Okay. It's 10 of them. First question: favorite boxer of all time.
We mentioned Roberto Duran earlier. I think he's probably my favorite of all time, but someone I've watched with my own eyes more in my generation, I think Lomachenko.
Okay.
Maybe his record doesn't quite reflect, but I love the footwork and the boxing and the movement.
Okay,
I think
awesome.
He's my favorite too.
Hardest puncher you sparred?
Must be between. I think Don Madge.
Yeah.
But Don was always nice to me when we were sparring, I'll be honest. Sometimes I was like, where's Don? He's over there. And I could see he pulls the punch. So thank you, Don. But I think probably Dylan Prosser.
Okay.
Fought a lot of rounds with Dylan. Dylan can hit like a truck. Super middleweight, obviously. But yeah, my friend Dylan.
And Don. Yeah. Dream opponent?
Give me Conor Ben.
Yeah, I think you'll beat him. No,
Cape Town Stadium, let's go. Come on.
Okay, Conor Ben, favorite boxing movie?
Not quite a boxing movie, but I would say Fight Club.
Fight Club.
The underground fight scene. I think that's just a classic. I walked out to the theme song in my last fight. That was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say Fight Club.
Favorite cheat meal?
Good burger, I would say. Simple,
Any burger.
standard, a good burger, yeah. Can make it healthy in camp. We can sneak some of them in, but I think a
good burger.
Good greasy burger.
Biggest boxing misconception?
I think that boxers are like assholes and horrible people necessarily. I think a lot of times after you've been training and sparring, the last thing you want to do is look tough and be macho. And so I think boxers are people that know violence and know fighting are often really controlled and good people, and I think that sometimes you tell people you're a boxer, they go, oh, but actually you get assholes in every industry, in every walk of life. But I think that would be the biggest thing.
One fighter you'd love to train with?
I think I would like to train in Japan and see the culture there. I think they're like more respectful. And
no specific
probably Inoue or those guys there, maybe. Of course. Just see how they do it. I think they got quite a unique style.
They got amazing fighters.
Amazing style, and I love the respectful culture. I feel like America, everyone wants to put a tripod and post highlights of them absolutely 100%. Demolishing sparring partners. But in Japan, you never see that. It's respectful. It's high level, really high level.
Yeah. One punch you'd steal from another boxer?
I'm going through the punches. Garcia's left hook, Canelo body shot. I would say Wilder's right hand. I think to have the ability to just throw a straight right on the pipe and change the fight regardless. He's the average boxer and he got 10 world title defenses with that straight right. So
it shows
I would say Wilder's right hand.
If you weren't boxing, what would you be doing?
I'd be smoking weed and playing video games at home. No, I'm not really sure. I think I joke, but probably something like that. I think boxing has just really helped my life in a really positive way, to be honest.
In one word, what would it be? In one word, what does becoming a champion mean to you? Not everything. I think there's so much more to life, and I think I want to take it as far as I can. But to me, boxing is quite a personal journey. I think if fighters who do it for recognition and praise, I think you're digging a hole for yourself. Because we can look at the best fighters ever. Look at Floyd Mayweather, and most of the stuff I hear about him is negative. He picked fights at the right time. He did this. I think for me, you can never please everyone.
You can never please people. And boxing fans, we love the fans, but they bandwagon on and they jump off. And so for me, I think there's so much more to life. Boxing is a huge part of my life right now, but it's a very personal journey for me. And so I think winning titles and that, it's amazing. Obviously, I want them. But it's not everything to me.
Yeah, awesome, Ari. Thank you, brother. Thanks. So we're gonna cut it here. Thank you for coming on, Ari. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. That's a wrap. We'll see you at the next one, episode 5, to come soon. Thank you, guys.